Boys with long hair, girls who shave. The world's gone to pot. No one knows who's who these days.
People have been saying this every 5 minutes for the last 100 years.
Isn't that dumb?
Hello and welcome once again to Monkey Madness, where I review every episode of the 60s grooviest family sitcom The Monkees in original broadcast order, before ranking them all whenever I've finished. Today I'm reviewing The Christmas Show. The Monkees are tasked with taking care of a rich young boy whilst his legal guardian, his aunt, goes on holiday over Christmas. They do their best to cheer him up, but as their disastrous attempts to prepare for Christmas wipe their budget, can these four big kids make this little humbug in a suit crack a smile?
It will be a lot more exciting if everyone around here didn't act like such kids.
I didn't revisit this episode that often due to the episode's seasonal nature, but it is a great one. This is my first time watching the Blu-ray restoration of this episode, and I know I've sung its praises before on this channel, but wow, they're gorgeous. The episodes, I mean, get your minds out the gutter. I noticed the psychedelic white rabbit artwork in the background this time around. I love that I'm able to appreciate all these little things now, especially with the wonderful clothes they wore in season 2. It's like I'm in the room with them. It's just so visually rich and vibrant. I feel like I could touch that shirt. Although that does mean that I can now see how plastic these leaves here are. Anyway, Butch Patrick is young Melvin here, and he's best known for playing young werewolf Eddie Munster in the 60s horror sitcom The Munsters, as well as Milo in the Phantom toll booth. He does a good job of making the character bitter without also being an unlikable brat.
You're killing yourself over something that doesn't even exist.
If you don't believe in the spirit of Christmas, and it doesn't exist, somebody wants to keep shooting down a bubble, you can't keep it up.
And I'm the one who keeps shooting it down.
I didn't say a word.
He also does a good job of playing a young kid forced to grow up early whilst still seeming like a kid, which is impressive because he was around 14 at the time. What drugs were they giving this boy?
All that would be necessary if I were a child. The fact of the matter is, gentlemen, I'm not.
By the way, I love how eager Davey is to beat the shit out of this kid.
Right. Should I go and beat him up? Right.
Oh.
No, wait.
As for the rest of the supporting cast, the only really memorable one is Reggie Quadrick as the Doctor, because I was trying to work out what else I'd seen him in, and then I realised that he's in the next episode, which is sort of a Christmas episode to me, but I'm getting ahead of myself. As always, when the Monkees try being sentimental, it works surprisingly well. Like their music, it just manages to avoid coming across as saccharine or insincere. Maybe it's because the young lad's cynicism seems somewhat justified with all the mishaps that they have. I do have to admit that whilst it is fun, the slow motion dream sequence almost certainly goes on for too long. I did like the soundtrack here too, although I suppose it is quite typical Christmas fare, so I may well be alone in that. After the conclusion of the show, instead of their usual musical romp to one of their pop tracks, we get the guys singing an a cappella version of the traditional Christmas carol, Ryushi. It really is indescribable how hauntingly beautiful it is. I obviously can play very little here, but do check it out and add it to your Christmas playlist. Although my Colombian boyfriend was not impressed with their pronunciation of Spanish. By the way, the Monkees' final album was a Christmas album, 2018's Christmas Party. I totally missed this when it came out, and I still haven't got round to listening to it, so let me know if you'd like to see me make a video on this next year. The most heartwarming moment, however, is the very end when the lads come on out of character to give their Christmas message.
Which is peace and love.
And everything else.
And invite their crew on camera so that they can say hello to their families elsewhere in the country that they won't be able to see that year. Davey introduces them all by name and hugs them, and you can just tell how much fun they're having and how loved everyone is. It's simply adorable. So, whilst it may not have some of the usual reasons why I love episodes of The Monkees, it's an undeniable classic. Have you seen this episode? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to tip me, you can buy me a coffee on Ko-Fi. Whilst you're there, you can also get a membership for bonus content, including seeing how I make videos just like this. If you want to watch me discuss the previous episode, where the Monkees go to Vegas, you can watch my last Monkees episode review here. See you soon!
Man, you better get me out of here. You're in big trouble.